We must have only the highest standards for those who work in our aviation system. I changed the Obama standards from very mediocre at best to extraordinary. You remember that. Only the highest aptitude, they have to be the highest intellect and psychologically superior people were allowed to qualify for air traffic controllers. That was not so prior to getting there. When I arrived in 2016, I made that change very early on because I always felt this was a job that, and other jobs too, but this was a job that had to be superior intelligence, and we didn't really have that, and we had it. And then when I left office and Biden took over, he changed them back to lower than ever before. I put safety first. Obama, Biden, and the Democrats put policy first. And they put politics at a level that nobody's ever. I don't want to comment on that.
Do you have a plan to go visit the site or meet with any of the
I have a
first
plan
responders?
to visit, not the site, because you tell me, what's the site? The water?
Or to meet with the first responders down there?
I don't have a plan to do that, but I will be meeting with some people that were very badly hurt with their family member, obviously, but I'll be meeting with some of the families.
President Donald Trump has once again sparked outrage with an inappropriate remark, one that isn't just insensitive, but downright offensive. While some might shake their heads in disbelief, others may feel the urge to vent their frustration in a more physical manner. To provide some context, last night, Washington, D.C. witnessed a devastating aviation disaster. American Airlines Flight 5342, a regional jet departing from Wichita, Kansas, was on its final approach to Reagan National Airport when tragedy struck. At the same time, a Black Hawk Army helicopter carrying 3 soldiers lifted off. Mere moments later, the 2 aircraft collided at an altitude of just 300 feet, resulting in a catastrophic explosion. The consequences were nothing short of heartbreaking. All 3 soldiers aboard the helicopter lost their lives, as did all 60 passengers and 4 crew members on Flight 5342. The magnitude of this disaster is immeasurable. In response, rather than expressing genuine condolences or allowing investigators to do their work, the Trump administration wasted no time in shifting blame. Reports have surfaced that, at the time of the crash, only 1 air traffic controller was on duty at Reagan Airport, a direct result of the administration's hiring freeze on the already overburdened FAA. It's worth noting that, on his very first day in office, Trump pressured key FAA personnel to resign, dismissed the entire Aviation Security Advisory Committee, and forced out over 100 FAA officials. Meanwhile, FAA Administrator Mike Whitaker stepped down under pressure from none other than Elon Musk on January 23, leaving a leadership void yet to be filled. And if that weren't troubling enough, Trump's reaction to the tragedy has only fueled further outrage. Instead of offering condolences, he took to Truth Social to post a statement that many are calling reckless and devoid of empathy. His words: "The airplane was on a perfect and routine line of approach to the airport. The helicopter was going straight at the airplane for an extended period of time. It was a clear night. The lights on the plane were blazing. Why didn't the helicopter go up or down or turn? Why didn't the control tower tell the helicopter what to do instead of asking if they saw the plane? This is a bad situation that looks like it should have been prevented." Not good. Trump made this statement before any formal investigation had even begun. And, as expected, his response only adds fuel to an already burning fire. But that wasn't all earlier today. He doubled down with yet another comment that left many stunned. If you don't believe it, just watch this clip.
It's going to be a busy week on Capitol Hill as more President Trump's
message for the United States Senate. This week, 3 of Trump's most alarming picks come before you. That's too far. Tulsi Gabbard, a dictator groupie, dangerously unqualified. Will your vote hand her all our national secrets? Kash Patel, QAnon conspiracy nut who wants to weaponize the FBI and use it to attack Americans and take revenge on Trump's opponents. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., an anti-vax profiteer ready to risk children's lives, cripple cancer research, and revive diseases like polio.
I would love you to do so, and I think it would be so big for you.
Will your constituents understand your vote for an unscientific conspiracy nut who rejects vaccines if another pandemic hits? We understand defying Trump is tough, but you've already given him Hegseth. That's enough. America is watching. The question is, are you listening?
He was the first president elected with the help of a hostile foreign power. That's not a hoax. It's the conclusion of the Republican-led Senate Intelligence Committee and every national security agency. And what did the Russians get helping elect Trump in 2016? Turns out they got a lot. For decades, the greatest adversary of the Soviet Union and Vladimir Putin's Russia was the Republican Party. Now the Republican Party is the heart of pro-Putin movement in American politics. That's why Donald Trump nominated Tulsi Gabbard, Moscow's sweetheart, for a critical national intelligence position. That's why he loves J.D. Vance's vicious attacks on Ukrainian freedom fighters. What happened to Republicans standing for freedom? Tens of thousands of Americans died fighting a European dictator. Now, an American president embraces a dictator at war with freedom. When Donald Trump was inaugurated, remember who else was celebrating? Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump.